Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And let's talk some sports indeed. Welcome to the BAM Sports Show, the best show on Friday nights. Rick was with us. I don't know what happened to him. He's having technical difficulties.
He said, fuck this shit, I'm out.
All that Pornhub virus is getting to his Mac, I guess.
Big.
Well, boys, we are 1 week post-draft. Teams are starting to have OTAs. We got some feedback. But before we get into football or anything like that...
I wouldn't call them OTAs. They're rookie mini camps.
Rookie mini camps. Fair enough, fair enough. Fuck, my eye is hurting tonight. Marlon's selling already, it looks like?
Yep.
So who do they have that throws the baseball well? Not even good, just well. Because I think that would benefit us right now.
Do they have any good relievers?
I don't know.
I couldn't find one. I tried to find one. I couldn't find one. I don't want any of them.
I'm gonna add Rick. I see you waving. Welcome, buddy.
Hey,
Welcome,
what's going on?
What the fuck are you wearing?
Vacation, Rick.
Vacation,
Yes, sir.
Rick.
So
You know
this
he's gonna be
is
extra.
my last show before my birthday. So we're going to the whole 90s theme and everything at Universal Studios in Orlando, staying at the Hard Rock Resort.
see Rick, buy him a beer.
That's right.
If he's
I'll be wearing
that
this
shirt, you will not be able to miss him.
Did you order the Ninja Turtle book bag, though, is the question that I have.
So I do not have a Ninja Turtle book bag. However,
Nerd.
I do have a Ninja Turtles lanyard that I'll be bringing with me. So
Excellent.
Good.
What the
All right.
hell?
Noah is
So-
getting in trouble tonight, eh?
Every fucking night. I'm fucking ready to get off the show and just go upstairs and go to bed.
Oh boy. Except we know you'll end up being zooted, and we will all get a Twitch notification that you are streaming.
No, I haven't streamed in like 3 weeks. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been fucking spreading managed democracy across the universe via Super Earth, killing bugs and bots in Helldivers.
Nice. We need that. Can you do that on Twitter as well?
What, Twitter?
Yeah,
Kill
just
the bots?
kill all the porn bots and shit.
Nope.
Link in
that's-
bio.
What?
Hey, look between B and M on your keyboard.
But big sports show. So Marlins selling.
Luis
Who-
Arias going from the Marlins to the Padres for a package of 3 prospects and a relief pitcher. That's all I got right now.
yes, sir.
Who's
all
the
we got.
relief? Who's the relief pitcher?
That's all we have.
He's got to be better than Adbert.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This is
Rough.
you're talking to an Advert stand up there.
I love Adbert.
I like
Bert
Adbert.
is my
but
boy.
You gotta. You can't. Yeah,
Not
I mean,
right now. No, you can't.
if he was Adbert of 23, we are 25-8 and have the best record in baseball by a long shot.
I'm looking for pitching right now.
Woe is me. Woe is me. What we need to do.
Rick's
is-
team playing the worst team in baseball this weekend, though.
But you know what?
Yep.
His
My
closer
team
isn't
is-
fucking blowing saves like ours.
Well, no, they got to get to that They got to get to that spot first, Keith. Where they
Look
have
at their
the
closer. Look at the
win-
Cardinals closer.
Who is it? I don't know who it is.
Who is the Cardinals closer, Rick?
He has 8 saves.
I don't know.
or
I'll be
some
honest with you, I
shit.
haven't been paying attention.
Hang on, let me look at it. I
Rick's,
can't remember his
Rick's
name.
All I
checked
do
out
know
of
is
Cardinals.
Oh, that's a
Oh, that's a
St. Louis
sick
team.
flag.
yes, sir.
You have that made?
I ordered a while back.
Hey.
There was a guy on Facebook. He has like a little St. Louis sports store, and I ordered one from him.
Nice.
No fair. Why do the Cardinals get a bye week?
A bye week?
because we
Yeah.
suck and we're old and we need it.
They're playing the White Sox, so it's like a bye week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort
I mean,
of.
we'll get the bye. We'll get them too. They just have an early bye.
Early buy. Would you rather have a late buy or early buy?
Like in football?
Yeah.
Late.
I agree.
Late.
Yeah.
We should have scheduled next week as well.
Yep.
Schedule
Should.
drops
That we should.
on Wednesday, I think.
Byron Murphy has already signed his rookie contract. As I was actually shocked, he a lot faster than that cornerback that we drafted last year.
Well, yeah, you guys offered him way more than what
So Ryan Helsey
Hmm.
for the Cardinals has 10 saves.
Good for them.
10.
How many has Adbert blown?
6.
30.
6.
68.
300.
68,000.
6.
All right, so NFL draft last week. Or do we want to continue on baseball trade talk since people are already selling?
I mean, that's the only person
That's-
selling right
That's
now.
the only.
Who's the
yeah,
next
they're
team to sell? The White Sox, their closer?
not- Do we want the White Sox closer?
I don't, it's so early.
Isn't he good?
It's so early.
Oh,
It's-
I want that fucking Oakland A's closer too. I want.
I don't think we're gonna get anybody, to be honest with you.
Fuck, we better.
Oh man.
You okay over there? We're
Big
not gonna
baseball
get-
show. We're a big baseball show here. All right, let's talk NFL draft. Teams that won the draft, teams that lost the draft, teams that didn't get better but didn't. Ow, my eye! Holy shit, this thing hurts today.
If you keep playing with it, you'll go blind.
I hope not, dude. After 2 fucking eye surgeries, I hope not.
So I'm looking on Spot Track right now,
Oh, holy shit.
talking about the draft, and I'm looking at the value for each of these draft picks.
Yeah.
The number one pick is $39,486,058 over the 4 years. It's an AAV of 9.87, million, and a signing bonus of $25,537,000
I'll take that kind of money.
for first
Yeah.
overall.
I'd be okay with that. Even if I'm a bust, dude, I'm cool with that.
There is definitely worse that you can do.
I just always found that interesting.
That is pretty crazy. Compare that to like Caitlin Clark from the WNBA, and I don't want to get into the whole like men versus women sports thing, but that's crazy.
I didn't realize a turnaround for the draft and the start of the season were
Oh, it's like 2 weeks apart. Like they're already in
They're already
like
started.
preseason games. Yeah.
Jalen Key was this year's Mr. Irrelevant.
What position?
It's number 257. He's a safety. He's 24 years old, a little old, coming out of the terrible football toilet known as Alabama. And his average annual salary as the last pick 257, is $1,025,184, or $1,025,184.
You know what's
I'll
crazy
take
to
it.
think about?
$80,000.
Well, yeah.
Signing bonus.
Think about that though.
I'd
That's
take it.
essentially what the 49ers are paying fucking Purdy.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
That's why they can pay fucking Kittle and Bosa and Armstrong.
C-Mac.
Caitlin Clark's base salary,
$75,000.
76. Yeah.
76.
The last pick in the draft, his signing bonus was 80,000.
That's fucking crazy.
There's a disparity.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, the
No,
NFL
I mean,
brings in
It's
so
the
much more
NFL.
money.
Yeah. But I do think Caitlin Clark will bring more visibility and more eyes. I think she's already done it, right? Like,
Well, and
Those
she's already
fans-
gotten, I forget the details behind it, but I know she's getting a shit ton of money in like sponsorship deals too.
oh yeah, she got like a $20 million Nike deal. So she's getting her shoe, which is cool.
That is cool.
That's pretty
Which
neat.
is good for her. I mean, good. She is box office, man. She's awesome.
Yeah. So fucking. I can't wait to watch. Did you see? Probably not. But did you guys watch any of the NBA like All-Star festivities? They had that 3-point shooting contest.
I watched clips.
Not at all.
So they had like a 3-point shooting contest. Curry versus, and I apologize, I don't know her name. One of the great 3-point shooters from the WNBA, and it's like we'll see Caitlyn next year, and that like it'll be cool.
Yeah,
I
that'd be
liked
really cool.
what they did. It'd be cool if they did more of it. I think that was the first time they had done it, right?
Yeah.
So
Far
I'm gonna butcher this name. Sabrina Ionescu.
Yes, Sabrina. I just remember her
It's-
being a fucking dog. She's from the Aces, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Got other breaking news.
Oh.
The Los Angeles Lakers have fired Darvin Ham, their coach.
LeBron James fires another coach.
After 2 seasons.
Nice.
Well,
but
it's because-
LeBron James is great.
He refused
LeBron
to draft his
James.
son.
No, Keith, hold on. I got to get this out. The Chicago Bulls, through their entire existence, have 187 playoff wins. The entire, history of the Chicago Bulls, 187 playoff wins. LeBron James, by himself, has 184.
So are you discrediting
Shut
Michael
the
Jordan's
fuck
career
up
because of
with
Jerry
the
Reinsdorf?
LeBron James slander. The dude
Absolutely not. I will
he is
continue
an
to slander
all-timer.
LeBron James
He is
until
an
the day that I die.
all-timer.
I-
He is
hold
an
on,
You are
all-time-
wrong. You
hold
will
on.
go down in history as
Go ahead.
being wrong.
I'm not slandering.
I
you here.
disagree. You are wrong, sir.
Are you discrediting
trash.
Michael Jordan's legacy because of Jerry Reinsdorf being the owner of that team?
No, I mean
Because the franchise is a dumpster
individually,
fire.
individually, Michael Jordan, one
Is
of the
better.
goats, one of the goats. But as an
He is the
individual,
goat.
again,
The goat.
if you go off of individual stats, which everybody does, and you look at all of the individual stats, of which length of playing time is a big one. LeBron James
Okay, but
is
then
the
I would
better.
almost
He is
buy off on
39
that.
years old playing NBA basketball.
Do you think?
39.
would
I'm
almost buy off
38.
on that.
I know what it feels. I played one game of softball last night, and I feel dead.
Do you? But you're also not a professional athlete.
Well,
so.
he's 39. He's older.
But do
and he's
you
playing ball.
think? Do you think if Jordan didn't take the year to play baseball, do you think they win 7 titles in a row?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. It didn't happen.
Sure. No, I agree. It didn't
Ifs
happen.
and
You're right.
buts are candies and nuts. Okay, what if LeBron James, when he did this, that, or the other thing,
And then
what if that
flopped down
happened?
onto the deck crying like a bitch after someone
Everybody
sneezed in his
flops.
general
It's
direction.
The game. It's just
Well,
the game.
the
It's how
game
they.
now,
It's.
so I don't-
I know. I just
how
like to
they
pile on
credit
LeBron
it.
James.
No, I know.
I just like to pile on LeBron James. I'm just joking around.
19-time NBA.
It's
All-Star.
totally different. Totally different league. Well, he also
trash.
played a lot longer than Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my thing. I would almost buy off on all of that if, and by the time, when he had reached the number of years that Jordan played, if he had the same or better accolades that Jordan had, and he didn't. It took him longer to get there.
You guys like my Pokemon coffee cup?
I do. I love that.
I do. I have one. I have one as well. It has
When
like
you heat
the.
it up, like when the hot coffee comes in, the flames come in the background.
Oh, that's.
Oh, that's dope.
Pretty sweet.
really
Nostalgia,
cool.
baby. Nostalgia. Anyways, NBA playoffs are happening. Lakers did fire their coach.
That's like literally all I know about the.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
don't-
that the Magic were down
The
3-1,
they won tonight.
and
to
they
force
won
game
tonight.
6.
So now it's Game 7 now.
Oh.
It's tied. It's 3-3.
Right.
Goes back to Cleveland for a win it all.
Who are you pulling for in that game?
I want to say the Magic because my buddy Mike's a big Magic fan. I grew up as
Magic
a-
Mike.
I loved Grant Hill growing up.
Yep.
I had an Orlando Magic jersey. But they did really just fucking rake the Bulls over the coals on the Vuk trade.
Oh, they did. But that's not
And-
their fault. That's
There's still
Acme's fault.
animosity. There's still animosity.
I know the The Dallas Mavericks currently lead the LA Clippers 3-2. They're in the they're playing right now. Dallas is up 34-26 in the second period.
Kyrie's having a good year down there, I guess. Good for him. Posting all his anti-Semitism bullshit and then getting
Denver's
back to
gonna win it all
playing.
this year.
Oh, agreed. OKC looks good though, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And then what's the hockey score? Because Dallas is playing Vegas in hockey at Game 7 tonight, I believe.
That I'm actually disappointed that I haven't been able to watch too much of that because that particular series is one that I think it should be a hell of a series. And right now it looks like Dallas is leading 3-2. They're playing right now. Nobody scored yet. So this is Game 6. Dallas could advance, obviously, if they win tonight. And then you have the Canucks winning their series against the Nashville Predators.
Yep.
Which is
Preds got
crazy.
out. I'm good with that. Fuck the Preds.
Yep. Then you have the
Maple
Bruins.
Leafs. Yep.
Yeah, the series is tied, and then you have the Edmonton Oilers
Game tomorrow
winning
or
their...
tonight?
What's
that
that?
Boston game? The Boston game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have their series. The series is tied between them right now. 3-3 against the Maple Leafs. The Edmonton Oilers. It's crazy watching all these Canada teams all of a sudden be good.
Canadians, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
All right, Blackhawks will be back there soon. Lottery is here soon. Got a decent shot at top 3 pick again, boys.
I know the Seattle Kraken just fired their head coach, which is kind of weird to me because
the head coach, yeah.
he, this is his third year with a brand new franchise, and he already damn near took them to the conference final. He had one shitty year, and now you're gone.
Yeah, but you got to look like there is no loyalty in hockey these days. I mean, coaches are getting fired a fucking week into the season.
Yeah, I mean,
right? Like, and then who's the coach? Berube? Is that who won the cup finally? Like,
yep.
50 years.
So,
no
that's
cup,
what I was going to say.
He get a cup, has a bad year because of injuries and boneheaded fucking moves by the general manager. To be honest with you,
I was going to say I was looking back in retrospect. I'm actually surprised. With all of these firings, at the time I was surprised about the Berube firing because I thought he was a hell of a coach. But in retrospect, I'm actually kind of surprised that he stayed around as long as he did.
Sure. Yeah.
Just,
he'll find another job though.
100%. 100%.
Too many openings and too many stars that are going to need coaches and all that fun shit. But I love playoff hockey. Like, that is the one, like, NBA I cannot turn on and watch, but I can turn on any hockey game and watch playoff hockey.
100%.
Those dudes are fucking ready to box on the ice at any point.
It's very enjoyable.
Do you think it's hard to watch? Like, for like,
not at all.
Like you and I are bigger hockey fans, Rick, but like
for the longest time, it's all I would watch.
Casual. Oh, really?
It's the only hockey I would watch is playoff hockey.
Oh,
I would have no idea what was going on, but I would only watch playoff hockey.
Yeah.
I can. So it's for me, hockey is not exactly like baseball, but like I'm okay. Like if it's non-playoff hockey and it's on, I can comfortably sit and watch it and be just fine.
Yeah.
But there's that added level of hype, obviously, when it's playoff hockey and everything's on the line. And but I can watch non-playoff hockey and be okay. I know speaking of hockey, the Jacksonville Icemen just got eliminated from the ECHL playoffs to the same team that they got eliminated by last year.
Stop doing
Kind
that.
of disappointing.
It's kind of like the Lakers with Dallas. 2 years in a row.
I think I like
Denver.
Or Denver.
I think I like watching hockey live more than on TV. Like,
well,
I don't like any sport.
We have
hockey and baseball live are like goats.
Yeah,
like
football.
Because we have like this team. It's the Springfield Junior Blues. That's just a local team.
Fun.
You can go.
They're fun.
You can just go watch. We Peoria Rivermen, who just won the President's Cup for their league.
Champions, baby.
It's fun to watch.
Why don't you go watch some of the games?
I've been to a couple.
You've never in the group chat ever have you ever heard him say this dude will go to the most random shit in the world, but I've never heard him say he's going to an amateur hockey game.
I have.
Yeah, I don't remember ever having seen that.
Not
Well,
in our
Ryan,
group.
you've
Just
known
'cause-
him since he was 3.
Just because I don't fucking tell you my entire
Liar,
life.
you tell us fucking everything. What are you talking about?
Do I?
We do it.
What
too.
did I?
mean,
What
Except
did I do
for
today?
Today you worked.
Okay.
Damn, got you there.
What am I doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow you're probably doing something with your daughter.
Fuck. Actually, I already told you I was doing tomorrow. Bitch.
I don't.
Well,
I
I
don't-
don't remember.
I was gonna go to
I
the Battle
know.
Hawks game, but I'm not.
what I'm doing tomorrow.
Jerking it.
Probably
Yes,
to
sir.
H.E. McCarron.
I actually have a bet with one of my
Oh,
sailors. He's a
definitely
big.
stroking it tonight.
He is a big Houston fan in general. And he has, remained. And I
Our
remember
condolences.
before the season looking at the schedule and, kind of jokingly making a bet with him, for this specific game against the Houston Roughnecks, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But even the way things have kind of shaken out, he still wants to make that bet. And I was like, all right.
Does it involve coffee
If
and
you
mayonnaise?
say so.
I mean,
No,
Blake
You
made a
should.
bet with the Packers Bears, and
And
Low
guess who's gonna do
blow.
it again this year?
yeah, I may not be as willing to take
Yeah.
that bet on your side, Keith. Although I don't know, the Packers looked damn good last year.
it's a rookie quarterback. I'm not scared yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about anybody that paints their nails.
I don't give a fuck what he does to his fucking
I'm
nails.
just
Why?
playing. He's gonna
I
look
mean,
good.
I
I'm
had
sure they've got
I had this
a good
asshole for a
offense
quarterback
around
for
him.
years, so as long as he plays fucking football, that's all I care
Yeah,
about.
Keith's like, look,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
give a
true.
fuck if he needs $75 million and we can't put anybody around him. I'm gonna support him.
Keith,
Which
your
What?
quarterback takes too much of your money. You're an owner. You should have
not-
a
not
say.
anymore.
Yeah,
anymore.
Keith, you need
Not
to
anymore.
address the.
not anymore.
What'd you guys get with those draft picks?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Are you
You're
even a
supposed to know
fan?
this shit. What do you?
No.
You know what? I
Dude,
always knew
I
it. You look at the hat.
I am
It says
excited,
Chicago on there.
beyond excited. Get that shit
Oh,
off.
wait, oh,
of
that was
the
bottom
wrong one.
line.
I remember a time
There. Happy.
when y'all were trying to pitch me on the Chicago Bears.
When you should have jumped
And
on the
Ryan-
fucking bandwagon, bro.
And Ryan almost talked me into the Jaguars
I did. It
unwittingly.
was fun.
And I'll tell you what, I will still
I'm a good
claim
salesman.
them as my second team. Like, I've just had fun down here with the Jags. It's been a lot of fun. But the Seahawks are obviously my first love when it comes to the NFL,
Yeah, but it's a cool
Obvious.
situation down there.
for sure.
I do expect a Jordan Love extension soonish.
I hope so, because
I
I
hope
also
so.
expect some things out of Jordan Love, and they start with the letter R and ends with the rest of the word being aggression. Regression.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk draft.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
What? Obviously, we talked about it last week. The Michael Penix thing at 8 is now that we've all
Wild.
had a week to think about it, listen to pundits, process it. Do we still think it's fucking stupid?
100%.
No,
Yes.
I think it's. Was it a dumb use of that pick at 8? Yes. Is it a stupid thing to worry about your 39, 40, whatever year old quarterback who, let's face it, I mean, was already fairly mid as an NFL quarterback and did really well the last couple of years because he's got an all-time great wide receiver in Justin
Kirk Cousins
Jefferson.
is 35.
35?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Might as
he's
well be
coming
38
back
coming
from
off an Achilles.
a late season Achilles. Well, fairly late, mid-season, I guess.
Mid-season. Yeah.
Dude, people don't come back from those very well. So what happens if you pay him all this money and he comes back and he's got no fucking zip. He can't do it. He can't move because
And
his
he's playing on
Achilles is
turf.
all.
And he's playing on
Yeah.
turf.
And he's got all them
I
big
think
booty
it's-
bitches down there.
Yeah. I think it's kind of a culmination of a few things. So, like, one, if they had not paid Kirk Cousins all that money, then the Michael Penix pick like totally makes sense, and I love it immediately.
Well,
But
were
I think there's
calling
kind of the
before-
culmination of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying we were calling before the offseason for them to trade for Justin Fields because they need a quarterback, or
Yeah.
like it's been known they need a quarterback, and Kirk Cousins is old, and he's coming back from a pretty serious injury. So
Yeah,
I think it was
100%.
short-sighted and it was silly. But
Yeah, I don't think like the pick in and of itself is kind of where my criticism is. I think it's kind of more of a melting pot of the fact that you paid Kirk Cousins all this money, knowing that he came off of a catastrophic injury at his age for sure. And then using that number 8 pick to get another quarterback instead of addressing other needs on your team when you just paid a truckload of money to a quarterback.
and they're kind of in a damned if they, damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, because let's say they trade back. Okay, well, we'll trade back. We want Penix, but he's not at 8. That ain't the move. Well, who's going to be trading up? Probably a team to draft Penix at 8. So, I mean, they had to make the move. He was there.
I'm shocked that a team like Minnesota. We know Minnesota was trying to move up. So then now are you not trading with Minnesota because you're concerned about Minnesota taking Penix?
Yeah,
instead
so the
of JJ?
The teams behind them, if I remember correctly, let me pull up.
It was like the Broncos,
Well,
the
so
Vikings.
it was the Bears at 9.
Yep,
and
the
then
Jets
the
at
Jets
10.
at 10, and then Vikings,
At 11.
Broncos, Raiders.
Yes.
So if you already have
Raiders.
in mind that, okay, we need to get us a potential, future franchise guy. Let's get this shit out of the way now. He's available at 8. Okay, let's do the math. The Bears got their quarterback. Jets
Right.
have Aaron Rodgers, but he also did just come off of an ACL, or not an ACL, an Achilles, the same injury. So you'd have to be comfortable moving back to like 14 or 15 or 16 at that point, and
Yeah.
then you're punting on the quarterback. Because as we saw, Bo Nix went in the first half of the draft.
Right, but it sounds like he was going to Denver no matter what.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, most people didn't have him as a first round quarterback.
Sean Payton said he's the number 1 overall
Sean Payton
quarterback.
also said that he could fix Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and
Russell did look better.
again, I go back to he did, and
You
I
are
don't put a
true.
lot of the the Broncos' woes last year on Russ more so than I do Sean Payton.
Who's the week 1 starter in Denver?
That's
Yeah.
a terrible quarterback room. I had no idea.
It is. Watch it be Danucci.
The Nooch.
I think it's Wilson for the first probably 4 weeks of the season.
I think Wilson gets released.
You think so?
I do.
Before Danucci?
I do.
Maybe.
He's trash.
Or they could try to just kind of cover their 6 and because Sean Payton, if you remember the comments, which were obviously fake, but when they had benched Russ and started oh God, what's that kid's
Garrett
name?
Stidham.
Yeah, Stidham. When they had benched Russ and started Stidham, they were like, well, we were and they at that point, if I remember correctly, still had a chance to fight for a playoff spot. But they benched him in favor of Stidham, and rather than admitting, it was more of they didn't want to pay him injury money. They're like, well, we're just looking for a competitive edge, and we believe that Stidham has that. So watch to cover their 6. they actually start the season with Stidham for I don't know, a week or two.
I mean, I don't think he looks good in camp compared to Wilson and Bo.
Oh, for sure.
I think coming out of camp, I think Zach Wilson will probably look the best because that's been his fucking career. That dude's a training camp superhero. And then games start and he
The
turns
lights come on.
brain dead.
Derp.
Yeah. He was also in a terrible situation, like up in New York. Like I don't think he's a great quarterback whatsoever. Don't hear what I'm not saying. But
Not this last
he
season.
kind of got dealt a shit hand. Yeah, I mean, but then again, like to your point, this last season, he had a couple of games where I'm like, shit, I might owe Zach Wilson an apology.
That is true, and we did discuss that on here.
He has those games though every year when he was a starter. He has that one good game, 2 good games in a row.
I wonder if there's any correlation to his good games in Cougars.
Like if he's slaying Poon before.
Like if he gets a Cougar, he has a good week. Because if that's the case,
he's at Mile High now.
Denver Zoo's gonna be fucking missing all their Cougars.
Yep.
Sean
He's
Payton
at the
will be
Mile
showing
High
up
now.
with a fucking leash.
The
All
Mile High Cougar
right, so we talked about Thursday night. Let's talk about Friday. Rounds 2 and 3.
Yep.
Pretty slow day for the Bears because obviously we didn't have anything in the second.
We did have a third.
We did have a third. You're right.
Yeah.
You're correct.
We took local boy Kieran I knew I was gonna fuck his name up. Kieran Amigjadi.
Pretty cool story.
Yeah, very cool. My favorite story though is the fact that we also got my fucking punter. We got Tory Taylor.
We didn't get him till Saturday though.
I know. Well, we talked about Friday picks.
You're right. We did. You're right. We did. You're right.
As they were coming in.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for keeping me on point. Appreciate you.
You fucking dingleberry.
And a long week. Okay.
Anyways, Tory Taylor, Bears took him in the 4th round, a punter. I think this was their 3rd best. I love every single one of their picks.
Every single pick, I love
every single pick. I think Austin Booker. They traded back in on Saturday into the 5th and got the edge rusher from Kansas. His comp, Max Crosby, light. Everybody's gonna say Max Crosby light, but I absolutely loved every bit of the Bears draft. I got the only one was Kieran that was not on my radar, but that's because he played for Yale, and who the fuck scouts Yale players?
I think the cool thing is it was a master class by polls.
Yeah.
He got Ryan Bates and Austin Booker for next year's 5th.
Yep, 4th. Next year's 4th.
Sorry, 4th.
Still. 2 starters.
I mean, 2 immediate starters, immediate impact players. I don't know how, and obviously we're still very early into the season, but I don't know how Ryan Poles does not win GM of the year after watching.
Just let her play out. We just gotta let it play out.
Stuff that's happened so far.
I'm going through right now. I'm on the Ringers website. I'm looking up everybody's team for draft grades. Just using theirs. Obviously, Bears got A+. I mean, it's kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
When you get the number 1 overall pick, you get Caleb Williams, you get Roma Dunze, and then
seemingly his best friend.
Yeah, and then you fill it in with high ceiling guys, high floor guys too. I would think. And
yes.
At that point, I've seen somebody give the Bears like a B or a C+ or whatever on the overall draft because we drafted a punter in the 4th, even though there were teams that had 2nd and 3rd round grades on him because the dude
won Iowa football games last year.
The Iowa quarterback room last year had under 2,000 total yards passing. This dude had 4,600 yards punting.
That's insane.
It's insane.
With multiple pins inside the 5.
Yeah, that's his thing. He's an Australian. He's from Australia. He's an Aussie style kicker, so he's got the rugby kick. So he's got that backspin down. So if we have to punt, we're going to hopefully, with his leg, be able to set up the defense, who was very good last year, up to do their thing. So again, we talk about the Bears all the time. Bears, I think, are in a fantastic position. Love the draft.
They are.
Love everything.
They are. I do
Up
think
into
that
the
the
left.
Bears. I do agree. I think that I'm not a Bears fan, but that being said, I do think that the Bears had a fantastic draft. I think that y'all's GM, maybe we didn't
cooked.
see what we thought we were going to see, the recipe come to fruition last year. But you're 100% right. He cooked, and he cooked beautifully. It was more of a, a pot roast, a slow cooking meal. But man, that meal is ready now. And y'all are ready to go, man. I think the Bears are going to be a scary on paper. The Bears look really, really, really scary. If Caleb Williams is as advertised, y'all are going to make a shit ton of noise this year.
Again, rookie quarterback, ifs and buts. But, I mean, this is a dude that we have seen his entire football career walk the walk, talk the talk. So I'm excited. I'm allowing myself
I look forward to
excited.
watching the banter
his
between
friends,
y'all and Keith.
Well,
His
then you
friends
have to
actually
allow
did attend his
me
birthday party.
to say I've seen this shit before for
You have?
6 years with the Bears picking shitty quarterbacks. Yes, I've seen it.
Yeah,
Am I
we
saying?
all have.
Wait, hold on.
Am I saying Caleb Williams is a shitty quarterback? No. Have I seen it in the past? You get excited about a quarterback. You get excited about Mitch Trubisky. 3 years later, you're drafting.
You were with me. You know I didn't get excited about Mitch Trubisky. You saw my face drop in that fucking Buffalo Wild Wings.
3 years later, 4 years later, you're drafting Justin Fields, all fucking hype.
Yeah.
Here we are 3 years later. You're drafting Caleb Williams. I'll wait and see.
Well, when
I do look very forward to the banter between you guys whenever those games come up twice a year.
It won't even be twice a year. We're in the same division. It's gonna be every goddamn week.
Every fucking
until
week.
Keith learns.
True.
Until Keith learns to respect the franchise.
Why would I respect your franchise when you don't respect mine?
What?
I will continue
If
to pound the
your food
drum.
wasn't such dog shit, maybe we would.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, if your food wasn't such.
You're basing it off of one fucking thing that you didn't even try.
I did.
I trust
You
this
weren't there.
man.
For everybody.
This man
First
right
of all,
here, I
he
trust him.
tried that mayonnaise coffee, and he
That's what
loved
Blake
it.
did. He loved
So
it.
did
Blake
I.
loved it.
Disgusting. This is
Anyway,
disgusting.
No,
on to the Packers.
I'm gonna
picks.
tell you, no. You lowered yourself into this pit of despair that I'm gonna put you in.
I would love, however, to talk about the
Yourself
Seahawks.
off. I will. I have the Seahawks pulled up.
Okay.
Next. So, 2017 Bears. Let's just talk about the 2017 Bears, the Chicago Bears season 2017, and why this is different. Because, Keith, I know you're listening still. Let me go and look at my roster for 2017. Well, first, with our second overall pick, we did get Mitchell Trubisky. Yes, that was the same Deshaun Watson draft. Yes, that was the same Patrick Mahomes draft. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let's go to... where's my fucking roster? Motherfucker. Final roster. Here we go. Here's the wide receivers that... Oh, also, we did have another quarterback, Mike Glennon, that we signed
Elite.
before
Yes.
the draft.
He was elite.
The neck.
Mike the Neck, that we signed before we drafted Trubisky.
He had like go-go gadget arms, but for a neck.
Yeah.
Go, gadget.
Hey, Mike, can you see over the line?
But here's
Yeah.
here's our running or our wide receivers. We had Kendall Wright, Marcus Wheaton, Dontrell Inman, and Josh Bellamy. And also Adam Shaheen, Ben Broniker. Great.
To be
great
fair,
receiving
Bellamy
core.
was really good at running. Cocaine.
Yes, and guns. Okay, Jordan Howard. I loved Jordan Howard when he was.
I did
with the
love
Bears.
Jordan Howard.
Tariq, rookie year. You know, we had belief, yeah, but we signed a quarterback, drafted a quarterback. All right. Then we move on 4 years later to the 2021. Oh, there he is.
Welcome
I
back,
knew he
dude.
was
We missed you.
there the whole
We
time.
missed you.
No, I wasn't.
2021 Bears roster. Okay. Who did we sign at pick 11? Justin Fields. Who did we sign as a franchise?
N'Keal Harry.
No, before Justin Fields.
Mike Glennon.
Andy Dalton.
Oh, that's right. The Red Rocket.
Yeah. So already we got a quarterback, then we drafted a quarterback, sensing a little bit of a continuation here, right? Here's the wide receivers that Justin Fields, who didn't actually get to start the first season until 8 games in, but he was throwing to an old Allen Robinson that was already checked out, Daz Newsome, Darnell Mooney, who admittedly did have a good year, Marquise Goodwin, and Demir Bird. Now, also the corpse of Jimmy Graham and a second-year Cole Kmet. Again, Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, then they draft Justin Fields. Let's look at the 2024 Chicago Bears roster as it currently sits and why this.
I'm sorry if my team knows how to draft players and develop them. I'm sorry. And yours doesn't. I'm sorry.
Sure. Who cares?
I don't think we drafted any of those wide receivers.
So, here's our projected roster. So, Caleb Williams. But what did we do before that? We did not sign another quarterback. Peterman is gone. I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry.
No longer Chicago Bear.
Tyson Bagent. He was there last year. Okay. Let's look at our wide receivers. Oh, you're starting a rookie quarterback who is generational with DJ Moore.
Allegedly.
DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze, who is one of the best wide receivers in the nation.
Oh, look. More potential.
Cool. What did you guys have in Jordan Love last year? Potential. You didn't know what you had.
A lot of luck.
He rode the bench for
I told you exactly what you had. I told you. Did I not?
I don't know. The jury's still out. But I'm just saying, it's a much better situation that they're putting him in.
I'm not, and I never said it wasn't. Did I ever say it's not a better position?
I'm going to interject.
I said
here
I've
for
seen
just
this
a second.
shit for 7 years.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to interject here for just a second. One thing that we can all agree on, that we are all thankful for the Packers for, is absolutely embarrassing the Dallas Cowboys at their home stadium in the playoffs as the number 7 seed.
I don't know if we all agree on that.
That moves no needles.
Fuck the
for me.
Cowboys.
I don't have the same hatred of the Cowboys as you do, Rick. I'm sorry.
Which is a shame.
I just don't care about them, honestly.
All right, so I think we can all just agree on one thing. Both of our teams are going to feast on J.J. McCartney.
Yeah. We'll see.
Although I am low-key worried that KOC is that kind of coach, and he's going to do the same shit that Jordan Love does, and the coach is going to make the player look really good.
Like a coach.
I'm not talking shit. Keith, you know I believe this, and I've said this to you multiple times.
I processed before I said anything, so.
This time.
But I told you the other day I can only take so much. And
I can tell.
Walking my breaking point.
I can tell when somebody is nervous about another team coming.
Me?
Up. Yes. You.
I'm fucking nervous about the goddamn Chicago Bears. Who are you kidding?
Ooh!
All right.
Who the fuck are you kidding? I'm not nervous about a potentially good Chicago Bears team. I'm not nervous about a potentially good Chicago Bears team. Potentially.
Rick, go ahead and clip this.
Go ahead and clip it. I don't give a shit.
Get it ready.
Woo!
Get it ready.
Save that, baby.
Seahawks.
Let's go.
Gotta be. I like their.
I know how bad Chicago sports are. Damn it.
Fucking Advert.
Shut up. So the Seahawks gotta be. I like their draft.
I like their draft a lot.
They went for the hefty boys.
Yeah.
Some real meat on that line.
They addressed 2 very big needs.
Yes. Some might say overaddressed. They did draft a lot of line. But No, they got Byron Murphy, who
One's gotta hit,
there was
right?
a lot of smoke about him going to the Bears. If they had traded back, they were very interested in him. I did some research on the tape, and dude's a stud. Like, you guys got a
Oh yeah,
certifiable freaking stud there on the line.
he is an absolute monster. We drafted our Aaron Donald with that pick.
Yeah, Aaron Donald light. I don't
We'll
think
see.
there's ever going to be another disruptive force like Aaron Donald has been in the league, but we'll see. I think he's very good, though. Even if he's not Aaron Donald, he's still very good. You know
Very
what I mean?
good. Very, very good.
Christian Haynes, you got him at pick 81. I've actually liked that dude for a while now. He's a guard out of UConn.
I'll say from UConn, right?
Yeah, I've done some. I did quite a few mock drafts early in the mock drafting season, and he was always high up on my target. He's got some upside to potentially shift or be like a spot center for you guys if needed.
Movement's good.
Tyrese Knight, not gonna lie, I didn't really study the linebackers that much this year. He looks like a guy, so you probably got one there.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of tape on him. I mean, I liked what I saw. I really don't know a whole lot about him. Obviously, the big thing that I
He went to
researched
Texas,
on.
El Paso, so I don't know if
Yeah.
a lot of people had much on him.
Yeah. No, but I think that the Byron Murphy pick, I like it a lot because what it also means with the free agents that we picked up, I think that we are going to see a completely different Seattle Seahawks defense, especially with our new head coach being a brilliant defensive mind, being the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator last year, and you saw how their defense was. But between now Byron Murphy, Leonard Williams, Draymond Jones,
You guys got a nice little defense right now.
yeah,
It's another
So-
what is it, a Legion of Boom revival?
we'll see. I certainly wouldn't hate it.
I don't think anybody would.
Wasn't
Oh,
Legion of
I mean-
Boom a bunch of cornerbacks and safeties though, not linemen and linebackers?
Hey,
No,
Boom
I
is
mean you
boom,
had like
buddy.
Cam Chancellor. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
But either way, we have a fun defense now.
AJ Barner, tight end out of Michigan. I didn't love that pick because I did think there was maybe a couple of other guys there that might have fit better. But
Yeah, he's a decent blocking tight end though, so
I
it
think
just
that's why they
continues
got him.
to. Right, they continue to invest in protecting Geno, so I'm okay with it.
kind of have to, right?
Gotta
Mm-hmm.
get rid of Gino though.
And then
Yeah,
you
but
filled out,
I don't
you
think
got-
Geno was so much the problem last year. Like when he had a clean pocket, he looked good. He was picking people apart when he had a clean pocket last
the
year.
problem was the win. He had a clean pocket because your line
Right.
did look like dog
Our
shit.
line was terrible.
And you drafted, well, you got your DT first. You got to get your blue chips, in the first round.
Mhm.
But then you got guard, big blocking tight end. You got the linebacker, cornerback, Nehemiah Pritchett out of Auburn, and then you got another guard, a big Samoan, Satoa Lameo,
Be part of the bloodline, Key.
Laumea, guard from Utah, DJ James, another Auburn corner, and then Michael Gerald, a tackle. So
Yep.
you,
Go.
you guys definitely beefed up your line, and
Yep.
we'll see.
Which I like
Gonna
it is
be-
we don't necessarily need. We've got plenty of depth at skill positions. We have a good wide receiver core between Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. We've got two solid running backs in Walker and Zach Charbonnet. And and we still have Noah Fant. I know he has been kind of underutilized, but he's a freak athlete. He can make a splash play or two here or there. So we didn't really
I've always
need to
liked
go
him.
after any skill positions necessarily. And I know
you
people
guys
like
got-
to rag on Geno, but Geno's been solid. And like I just said a couple minutes ago, when he's had a clean pocket, even last year, he had a couple of big games. I don't think that Geno's he's obviously not the future for sure.
I think we play you this year.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm
That'll be
not
fun.
Sure. I don't know. I hope
I
so.
don't know.
That'd be fun. That would actually be a very fun game.
Mhm.
So the last thing that they've got, last little blurb that they've got on here about the Seahawks is all in all an unsexy but solid weekend for the Seahawks, and I think that's a perfect,
No,
Agreed.
perfect.
Description.
You're shaking your
You
head
play
no,
the-
Keith?
I'm sorry. You play them at home. You play the Seahawks at home.
Ooh.
In
nice.
Chicago.
Okay.
in Chicago,
Nice.
All right, so
Okay.
let me scroll down. We'll get to the other team here.
Yeah, you can skip it. It doesn't fucking matter.
No. You had so much to say about the Bears draft, Keith. You got to
Doesn't matter.
fair. Fair is fair.
What just happened to my leg?
Packers, they gave him a C. They said they hit for contact in this draft, adding a couple of potential future starters at positions of need, but not any home run picks. But guess what? You don't win every game hitting a home run. Hitting for contact gets you on base. Getting you on base gives you the potential to score runs.
I'm not even gonna talk shit on the
Potential.
Packers draft because they always fucking draft well.
So I really like our day 2 picks. Like I like Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M.
People
be
had
nice.
him going in the first.
I like fucking Javon Bullard out of Georgia. He's a hard hitting safety. He'll probably be day 1 starter next to McKinley. What the fuck's his name? Xavier McKinley.
Yeah.
I like Marshawn Lloyd. He's a running back out of USC. He was Caleb's running back. People are calling that potentially the steal of the draft.
Who, Marshawn?
Marshawn Lloyd?
I don't know about that. We got a punter in the 4th, but
Yeah, come on now. We got the leg. We got Legatron, boys. Come on.
like, come on now. I'm not,
we've
I'm
got
not
pieces.
Gonna open that. Not gonna open that door.
We've got
Michael
pieces.
Pratt.
He was a 7th round pick. He got drafted and he was swimming.
I'm just saying, like, you drafted him. He's
Any relation to
A
Chris
draft
Pratt?
He's a Tulane quarterback.
Yeah, he legitimately set a ton of college, like D2 or whatever Tulane is, records. Like, I think he's got.
He'll probably take Sean Clifford's job.
Huh?
He'll probably take Sean Clifford's job.
Who's Sean Clifford?
The
Our
backup
current backup quarterback.
from Penn State, right?
Yeah, he'll probably take his job.
I don't know about that. My favorite is the graphic that's like Packers 7th round quarterback beats Bears 1st round quarterback, and they
It
show
happened.
the Tulane I'm aware. I watched the fucking game.
It happened.
Let's compare stats from said game.
What's the only stat that matters?
For quarterbacks? I don't know. There's probably like a WAR or like total QBR or something.
Probably. But it's just funny.
I like Evan Williams too, out of Oregon. I like the
Yeah, overall, it was a the draft was a fun
Did-
experience.
Did we take any big names? No. Did we ever?
You ever? No.
No. Does it usually work? Most of the time.
Can you okay? If the one thing that matters is wins, Keith. If that's the one thing that matters, and you've had these 2 future Hall of Fame all-time quarterbacks,
Damn, he is riled up tonight.
how many
Me
Super
or him?
Bowls have those guys given you?
2.
How many Super Bowl wins over the 20 some odd plus years? What, Favre came in '96, right?
Well, that's when we won the Super Bowl, so no.
Okay, when
But
did
when
he
did
come in?
Favre come in?
Before that, I don't remember.
Are you even a fucking owner? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, how old was I in the 90s?
I don't care. You own the team, bro.
Yeah, man, you showed us
don't-
the certificate.
It's-
You are an owner. We are on a podcast with a team owner. Can you believe it?
Unreal.
1991.
It's right there.
Jesus.
It's right there.
So
24 years, 23 years? 30,
no, Blake,
33.
33 years.
Oh.
Yeah. So in 33 years,
Okay.
you've got 2 Super Bowl wins, which is one more.
How many do you have?
Well,
in
in
your
the
lifetime?
last 38 years, in my lifetime, I've got one.
How many do the Bears have total?
In my lifetime?
Total.
What does it matter about total? That's the past. This is the future. This is the new look Chicago Bears.
As you sit here and
Drafting
talk
a
about the
quarterback.
fucking past, as you sit here and talk about 33 years of the past, you're gonna.
I love it. I love it.
All
I
right,
absolutely
let's get
love
to
it.
UFL. We got to
brought
get
it
to
up,
UFL.
Pete. You
Let's
brought
do
the
it.
past up with the Bears.
You were
I've
talking
seen
about
the
the
Bears.
past.
I've
You
seen
were
the Bears
talking
do
about the
this,
past.
this
Run the
whole-
clip.
I've seen the Bears do this the whole time. Yeah, you want to talk about the past? I'm trying to move forward. I don't give a shit about the past. I don't care about the Super Bowl shuffle when
We
they
were
go to
just
the
talking
Super
about
Bowl
the
with
past.
Caleb. Yeah, I was because you had started talking about the
Woo!
past.
It's time for the BAM Sports Show Extreme UFL Breakdown.
The Memphis Showboats. They've been waiting a long time and finally back on the field in Tennessee. How big's the crowd? I'll give you the specifics. 38,310 inside the dome today. And they are witnessing the play of the fourth quarter and they were the difference. And so the Birmingham Stallions are the champions of the USFL. $17,280 in one section to create the beer snake. Now the celebration can begin. 8.5-point underdogs. Outright winners. The Arlington Renegades are XFL champions.
Well, don't worry, folks. If you enjoyed the last segment, you're going to hate this one because we all agree on one thing here. And that, my
We
friend,
are
Bitches.
law-abiding
Law.
citizens.
is the absolute law. Ain't that right, Keith?
Oh.
Keith,
What? Sorry, my
Is
headphones
that-
were not on my head.
acknowledge your fucking law.
Good call.
That's right.
UFO, we're
That's
heading
right.
to week 6. Is this right? It's week 6.
That is correct. Week 6.
We are past halfway
Is
point.
this a Battle Hawk? I'm confused.
That's close enough to a battle hawk.
Okay.
I think
Caw,
it's more of an
caw.
owl.
It's more of a hippogriff.
You're a
Hippogriff.
hypocrite.
Whoa, hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
Easy. All right, so we're halfway through UFL's inaugural season, combining the XFL and the USFL. We know kind of at this point what teams are and what teams are not. Before we get into looking at week's games, let's quickly, because I know how this show goes.
Yeah, quickly, because I got to poop.
What
And also play.
What is
Tigers.
your biggest single surprise, whether it be a team that's good or a team that's bad, biggest single surprise through week 6?
Birmingham being 5-0?
No, like I mean, they're back-to-back champions of the league that they came from. I'm not surprised for that. I think the biggest surprise for me is the DC Defenders. I think that they did a terrible disservice to Jordan Teamu by giving him a pretty lackluster wide receiving core. And then without Abram Smith there to just pound the rock into oblivion, man, the DC Defenders look rough. I mean, I know they're like 2-3 now. But one of those games, like I feel like they easily, were it not for Houston having the most incompetent coach in the league by far and just undisciplined football, penalty after penalty after penalty, they easily could be 1-4 right now. So I think that is probably the biggest surprise to me. I know for us, the low-hanging fruit is probably how awesome the Battlehawks have looked, but I'm really not that surprised.
No, I mean you've got.
No, we were all pretty excited
Yeah,
about
I
them
mean,
preseason.
when you
Right.
you sign all the All Pros, you're like it's an expectation, not a hope that. You're
right.
good.
But for me, I would say the DC Defenders.
To me, it's got to be the Renegades, because this is essentially like almost the same team as last year. Obviously, different quarterback, but
Well, same quarterback.
well, they got Luis Perez halfway through the season last year, right?
Yeah.
So he wasn't the starter from this whole season, but essentially the same team. I like they can't buy a win right now.
No, I mean legitimately, they're 0-5.
Yeah, cannot
And it's
buy a win.
crazy.
So to me, that's the biggest shocker right there.
Which is crazy because it seems like just about every week they're in every game that they're playing. Just about every week.
But it
But for
also feels
whatever
like they're
reason,
not.
Correct.
right.
Sorry,
So I don't know. It's tough though. It's
like
tough.
score wise, they're in the game, but it just doesn't feel like they're in the game.
Like it doesn't feel like they're. I guess one of the things that's actually I didn't realize because I admittedly didn't watch a lot of the USFL just because the whole television
I
experience
tried, it was
for
dog
it
shit.
sucked. No fans in the stadiums, basically. Playing on dog shit fields, but like
Dog shit
I was
stadium, dog shit
I
field.
was actually pretty surprised at how well the USFL teams have done against the XFL because I didn't realize how similarly matched up they were player talent and coach talent wise.
Yeah.
So
And I think that
I was worried about the merger because it's like, oh, are you merging the XFL, which was a very fun product last year? We all enjoyed it, with a subpar experience.
Sure.
But it turns out that those thoughts maybe weren't as warranted.
Well, there's some
Yeah.
continuity there, right?
Yeah.
I would say that's another surprise for me. It would be the overall quality of play. You still have some issues with attendance at some of those USFL stadiums, but if you ignore that, like you block that out and just pay attention to what's happening on the field, the quality of play across the board has been pretty solid, even for some
Yeah,
of the
no,
teams have had some pretty terrible fortune. I haven't game and not enjoyed it.
yeah, every game that I have been able to watch, I have enjoyed.
I mean, even like you said, like the level of play seems up this year, Rick. I agree with you. Like you watch Arlington play, and like if you walked into the game, like into the room and watched the Battlehawks Arlington game, right? Like you would not have guessed that Arlington does not have a win at this point in the season. Like the games are competitive. Like yes, they're 0-5, but it's not like the Guardians or like the Orlando Guardians of last year, or the Vegas Vipers of last year, where it was like they're dog shit. They're just bad. Like it doesn't matter.
Like how we kind of talked about with baseball earlier, and how the Cardinals have a bye week.
Correct.
With the Sox coming in, you don't really have a team like that in the UFL. Do you think that they have a winning combination here to carry on to next year?
I do.
100%.
Easily, yes.
I do.
You think
What
so?
they need, something they need to fix for next year. There's 4 games played every week, right?
Yeah, there's
currently.
no reason you need to have 2
There's
games
no
on at the
reason
same time.
they need to be fucking stacked on top of each other. Not even playing at the same time. Be stacked on top of each other. Remember week 1 when Blake was throwing a fit because the Battlehawks game started right after the other game, and the other game ran a little long. It's on the same channel.
Yeah,
I think he missed the first quarter of the Battlehawks game.
Maybe give like a solid hour gap in between games.
Like I get it doesn't always work out, but you've got to be smarter than that.
Which
and
is
I'd
wild
love to hear
too,
the explanation behind that. Like I'm sure there has to be there was some type of conflict that caused them to have to. Oh, sure, money.
There was no conflict. Fox Sports is part owner of the UFL.
And
I mean, you're not. I get it. You don't want to run a game in the middle of the NFL draft.
And
right?
If they
you're eating there,
the less time that they can devote to the product on the field is the less money coming out of their pocket, and the more available programming space for them to sell shows and advertisement.
And
that's like 100%. I'm guaranteeing you.
And
I don't know this for sure, obviously, but I'm guaranteeing you, coming from working in television previously, that's like most likely the actual boring, lame explanation.
That is the one glaring complaint that I've had, but it hasn't been like that every week. Fortunately, we've had some games that the broadcasting schedule wasn't too bad. There were just 2 really bad weeks, like stacked on top of each other,
Yeah.
that were,
To me,
just
they got to pay attention to other things going on in the world.
Yes.
Like, don't
Right.
schedule opening weekend, Easter weekend.
Eh,
Don't have a game. Don't like. I get it. You probably can't avoid WrestleMania weekend, but don't have your game like a game that is that close to where WrestleMania is.
Yeah, but then you're getting
Right.
into like 10 a.m. games, 11 a.m. games.
Yeah,
and
but how
then-
long is WrestleMania? WrestleMania literally lasts all day. It starts at noon because they do NXT on Saturday at noon, and then
Well,
run into.
then now you're talking taking a whole weekend off.
they wouldn't care about
WrestleMania is
that,
a
though,
2-day
because
event though,
I
That's
understand
not a
that.
Fox
That's what I'm saying.
product.
Right. No, I get
that.
it. I get it.
but you don't want to compete with. You don't want.
I will say that because of my work schedule, I'm glad that they've stuck to just strictly weekends. Just me personally.
No,
Yeah,
love the
I agree
Saturday
there.
games. I love
I do enjoy Saturday
football.
football. I do enjoy Saturday football. Nice. It's very nice.
But
All right, let's get into
that
this week's
being
games.
said, yep.
For who's got the schedule up?
I will pull it up right now, but I guess we can start with the one that we know is happening: the St. Louis Battlehawks hosting the 1-4 Houston Roughnecks. Battlehawks currently sitting at 4-1. So that ought to be a
That's all I have to say.
bloodbath. That's going to be
I
a
have the schedule.
bloodbath. Go ahead.
I do worry this is a trap game though.
I really don't. Because
Not so much since we're at home,
Poor Cardinals.
well,
but yes, agreed there. Cardinals are home as well. But
Well,
you
at the
got to
same
think
time-
they're looking at that Birmingham game
true.
in 2 weeks.
That's true, but like,
It is next week.
and I could see that, but kind of where my pushback on that is, you just heard me talk about how Houston is easily the most undisciplined team in the league, and I understand they beat the Renegades, but I think that they have the weakest
Sure.
coach in the entire league.
Sure.
So you combine that with,
He can't lift shit.
I think I heard you say that the Cardinals are playing at the same time.
Yeah, so
The
you're
Cardinals
probably
game starts
getting
at
Even
1.
so,
35,000.
okay, then
34.
yeah. So even so, you're probably looking at somewhere hovering right around 35K, and that crowd. Even so, hell, I remember when I went in 2020, and it was just the lower bowl with 20 some odd thousand, and we would cause them to have to call timeouts or have false starts just because of the noise in that place. So I think that what gives me solace in that, you have the most undisciplined team in the league. Pair that being in the loudest environment, and they've never really played in an environment anything like that whatsoever. You have the highest scoring offense in the league versus the singular lowest scoring offense in the league.
Sure.
I'm not worried about it. Battlehawks by bloodbath.
I mean, I do take the Hawks here. Like I said, it wouldn't shock me if they come out a little sluggish tomorrow, and it feels like a trap
I mean,
game.
that's a very good point. That is a very big
True,
game.
but then
coming
we've
up as
also
a
seen
potential
another thing-
championship, preview.
Yeah,
True, but
essentially, yeah.
another thing that I'll point out is, you look at the past 2 weeks for the Battlehawks. I know the last couple of weeks or at least last week, I think the week before as well. One of the kind of key complaints that we had about the Battlehawks seemed like that it got addressed, that their offense just got off to a really fast start, but then the second half of both
Disappeared.
games in the last 2 weeks for the Battlehawks, no, the defense has completely shut out both of their opponents in the past 2 weeks.
Absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
0
Oh,
points.
that's true.
But that DC game, dude, and like you're comparing the team's mentality going into the DC game versus the team's mentality going into the Houston game. Those motherfuckers had that DC fucking date imprinted on them in training
That's
camp.
true.
Sure. I guess really more what I'm getting at is I trust Coach Becht. If they,
Oh, yeah,
like,
I mean,
could
I
see
don't
them-
think they lose the game, but I'm just, again, it just, to me,
Sure.
big
I get what
DC
you're saying.
game, little Houston game, big Birmingham game. If there's a
Birmingham
game where
on
we
tap, yeah.
where we trip up, I think it's this week. I don't think
Sure,
it
and
happens.
I could
I think we win.
I could
but
see that happening in the first half, but I trust Coach Becht and AJ McCarron to chew some ass there in the locker room at halftime if that happens, and then they come out and just obliterate Houston in the second half.
Works for me.
I'm into that. I'm real into that.
Chewing
It's gonna
ass
be a
at
good one.
halftime?
I mean,
Yes, but all of it, really.
I called Battle
Keith?
Hawks by Bloodbath last week, so
You did,
You just
and
gotta
I have to.
I'm just gonna double down on it.
Yeah,
Guys
How much we
remember-
win by, Keith?
30.
Whoa,
That's a big
30. You think DC hangs
I wanna-
on closer than that?
I want to give a shout out real quick to one of my sailors. I'm not going to say his name on here, but he is a big Houston fan. And one of the bets was he bet that Houston would beat us, and also a
Is he
side
big?
bet that.
Is he a big Paul Wall fan
I don't know.
or Mike Jones?
I'll ask him.
Jones.
But
Mike,
the side bet was. I'd like to continue.
sorry.
It's okay. The side bet was that not only would Houston win, but that the Battlehawks would not even score 21 points.
Man, this man
So
really
I
likes
was like,
Houston.
I will,
and losing
I will
money.
gladly take that bet. Yep. So
Did he Venmo
remember,
you
buddy,
now or later?
you asked for this. You asked for this.
If it's a money bet, Rick, like you've got to send him a Venmo request like as soon as the game ends. Like just
Yeah.
have it
Oh, yeah.
fired up and ready. I'm like, I'll take that. Take your money now, please.
So
All right, next game.
you asked for this, buddy.
Birmingham versus Memphis. That's the early game. That's the 12 o'clock Eastern game in Memphis.
Showboats, eh?
I mean, yeah, we all think Birmingham
Is,
gonna go 6-0
oh, sure.
here.
But I'm curious: is Case Cook is still hurt?
Did he
The
hurt his?
Charlottes.
Did Cookus hurt his tookus?
He did. No, he I think he missed last week because he got
Marcus
injured against
Coxon.
us. He got injured against us a couple of weeks ago and missed last week. But
I don't
either way,
know.
yeah, give me the Stallions. They're the master class of the USFL conference right now. So
Game's in Memphis.
it's
Yes,
in
sir.
Memphis.
It's in Memphis.
Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. That's a name. Sunday. Oh, also, by the way, I really hope one of these teams, and if we're being real, probably needs to be Houston, comes out in some sort of a Star Wars themed uni or shoes or something, because it is Star Wars Day tomorrow, guys.
May the Fourth
For the
be with you.
record,
It is.
I do think Memphis wins that game.
Really?
Give me a trap game.
Wow.
On the
You're all
road.
about
But
the
again,
traps this week.
Is that do you still feel that way if Case Cookers is out?
No, if Cookus is out, probably not. But if Coral's starting for Birmingham, then yes. I think it's a trap game. And I think Memphis can pull this one out at home.
So, Sunday, May 5th, Arlington Renegades go up to old Detroit, Michigan to play the Panthers. Give me the Panthers by a bloodbath here.
I will take the Panthers,
Yeah.
but not by a bloodbath.
Man, Detroit is so fired up right now, just the city itself.
Renegades get their first win.
Man.
Are you just taking all
So I am
underdogs except
If
for
I
one?
keep picking them, eventually they'll get a win. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know, man. Michigan's got a fantastic defense.
And
they
got a
looked
kicker
good
who can
last
kick
week.
64 yards.
And they looked good
Twice.
last week even without EJ Perry. So yeah, hell with it. Give me the Renegades.
Yeah, roll with
Oh,
me, baby.
jeez. And then the final game, you've got the Bahamas versus the Defenders.
This will be the most competitive game on the slate, I think.
Yeah.
I can see that.
In a way, I want DC to win because right now, we have the division lead because we beat the Brahmas. But if
Yes.
they lose to DC and
We have a cushion.
we beat Houston. We exactly. We have a cushion.
Yeah,
Houston. We have a cushion for the division lead, but it's they're playing in DC. They're playing
Yes,
in Audi.
sir.
Okay.
It's Audi Field.
It's tough. I still think the Brahmas win this one. Quentin Dormandy, I talked about it when Chase Garbers went down. They still have a quality backup quarterback in Quentin Dormandy, and he is carried out as such for the Brahmas. They have a solid offense, a respectable defense, and DC just cannot help Jordan Teamu can't do it by himself, as we've seen.
They look like such a completely different team this year.
They look like hot dog water.
I'm taking the Brahmas.
Yeah, give me the Brahmas.
Brahmas.
You know what? Give me the Defenders. Just so we're not
Okay,
all
Blake.
Oh,
Just
okay. You just gonna pick all the upsets, Keith?
I only picked one upset. What the fuck are you talking about? One upset out of 4.
You root for the Packers every week's an upset.
It's not.
Who is y'all's mid-season MVP for the UFL?
He wears number 10.
No.
He's number 1 in your heart.
Correct team, wrong number.
What's the number?
88, baby.
Hakeem Butler?
Is there?
Oh, do I need to say the name? It's
Yeah.
AJ McCarron.
I know who the fuck you're talking about.
But do they?
If
He is
anyone
having
who's
a very
anyone,
good
if you're
season.
still watching this show at this point in the evening and we're talking UFL and you don't know who number 10 is for St. Louis, you probably should put the meth pipe down.
You think they left when me and Ryan had a fight?
No,
Yeah,
our
fight,
viewers
that was
went up.
That was a discussion.
Our
Fights
views
are
went up at that
competitive.
point.
That wasn't.
Ryan, who
was
you got?
right.
Who's your mid-season MVP?
A player.
Good, I like that. Good
Uh-huh.
choice.
I don't know. Hakeem Butler's a really good pick. 35 targets, 25 catches, 344 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. Not the most catches in the league. The most would be Jonte Kirkland from the Brahmas with 35
He's a
and
beast.
49 targets. But
Well, AJ just got so many targets. He doesn't need to throw it.
That's the problem.
yeah, it's kind of hard
Good problem
to
to
go.
have, but
It's kind of hard to go against AJ McCarron just on total stats and just control of the game overall for midseason.
it does feel like he's playing in slow motion, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah,
You know,
he's been
10
awesome.
touchdowns on the season to 1 interception. That's best marks on any starter.
And the interception wasn't even his fault.
He
Right.
has been sacked 11 times.
That is a problem.
Don't like to see that.
That's an offensive line problem.
But
Well,
Rick,
when
who's yours? Because I know you're waiting for
4
it.
out of your starting 5
It's
offensive linemen
AJ.
get hurt in
It's
one game.
it's AJ McCarron. Hakeem Butler's been phenomenal, but even he started the season out kind of slow, and AJ was still
Yep.
balling out.
right.
When it still took Hakeem Butler a little bit of time to knock the rust off. But it's AJ for me. He's looked phenomenal. He's been a leader in that locker room. The players all gravitate to him. They listen to him. He's a coach on the field. So, and I think in the truest sense, I think that he is more valuable to the Battlehawks than any other teams, other than maybe Jake Bates. That would be my dark horse candidate. Would be Jake Bates.
Quicker.
But
he arguably special teams player of the year.
oh
That's
yeah,
true.
no, he is hands to me. Like
I wouldn't
don't
say
think that
hands
that's-
down. I think Darius Shepard's got a legit argument to that one as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so does our
it's
so
a
does our
two-dog
kicker,
race.
Schmitzy or whatever.
Yeah, Andre Schmidt.
He's missed like what 2 kicks all year, something like
Yeah.
that. 1 kick
Yeah.
all year.
He's made the most field goals. He's got 12 of 14 for 85%.
Things are good when you follow the law, baby.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think that
Football.
you're right. That's a 2-dog race between Darius Shepard and it helped. Like, let's talk about Darius Shepard. I know he missed last week, but I
He'll be
think
back.
up till
That'd be
week
good to have him back,
5,
yeah.
he was not the top in receiving yards, but he was like top 5 receiving yards. I know he certainly had the most all-purpose yards in the league. So I think an
100%
argument can be
easily.
made for him too. But ultimately, give me AJ.
I'm still waiting for one of these damn players to run a touchdown back on a punt or a kickoff.
Shep will
Shepard
do this
came damn
weekend.
close a couple times.
Nobody's
Yeah.
done it. No,
Calling
not
it
a
right now.
single
He's going to do
player.
it this weekend.
Bet. I hope
Shit.
that
If
happens.
If
he
anybody
does it,
is going
if he
to-
does it this weekend, I will do the show shirtless next week.
No, please don't.
Please don't.
I don't want to see
Please
your
don't.
nipples.
Liar.
I don't.
We've already had to see Danny's more than we're comfortable with.
All right, we're going to get out of here.
Man, the
Appreciate you, boys.
Renegades jerseys, like their
Speaking
colors
of,
are fucking sick.
I love
They
their
really
Speaking
are.
of former USFL MVPs, Alex McDunn, the Stallions MVP, 2-time MVP,
Mhm.
he's now a wide receiver.
Huh?
Well, I mean, Justin Fields is returning kicks, so.
No, he's McDonough is switching to receiver for the Packers this year.
Yeah, so is Fields. He's going to return kicks.
He is. They said it. Somebody said it. That's so fucking stupid.
I hope it happens, and I hope he fumbles on the first one.
I hope it happens, but I hope he takes the first one in the house as long as it's not against the Bears. All right, we're going to wrap this shit up. Get out of here on a Friday. My eyes fucking hurting, but it's been always a good time with you fellas.
Ditto.
Rick,
Yes,
happy
sir.
birthday, my guy.
Happy
Enjoy
birthday.
your
Appreciate it.
trip. We appreciate you, everything that you do for the show. Keith,
Don't do it.
let's hear it one time.
No. Never.
Come on, one time.
Chicago.
Never.
I gave you the opportunity. You didn't want to take it. All right, whatever. We're going to get out of here. Be a friend.
All right, bye.
Tell a friend. Goodbye.
Peace.
Fuck the Packers.